Yo, what up everybody? Silver Sonic 234 here, and welcome back to Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Now, as you know, on the last part, we had completed Sonic's story with a frustration fest. Yeah. So now we're going to get into Silver's story. Let's do this thing.
This world was devastated before I was born. A harsh, bleak place where we live in eternal darkness. Life is a struggle, and people live without hope. How did this happen? No one will answer me directly, but they always point to the flames. These flames, they burn away at my world, destroying everything in their path. They come from an eternal life form that we cannot truly defeat, the flames of disaster known as Ibris. Blaze, what's wrong?
He's appeared again!
Pretty awesome and beautiful looking CGI cutscene right there, and we start with Crisis City as Silver's first level. Alright, so Silver as a character, I'm just gonna get into him already. I think that Silver is a pretty good character. You know, he gets a lot of flack because of his gameplay in Sonic 06 in this game, and I disagree with those people who think that Silver's a bad character just because of how he was in 06. And I don't even think that Silver's a bad character in Sonic 06. Sorry, my bad. Had the volume turned down way too low. I don't even think Silver is a bad character in Sonic 06. I think that Silver is a pretty good character in my opinion. You know, character-wise, Silver is pretty awesome. I do like his abilities. The fact that he has seizure. The fact that he has you know, psychokinesis. He can move around and pick stuff up with his mind is pretty awesome. You know, and I think that Silver's a really good character. I don't even think he's bad in 06. And his gameplay, he's not bad here. He's not bad. He can be pretty fun to play with. But there are a lot of missed opportunities with his gameplay. And yeah, that's where the downsides come in. There's a lot of missed opportunities with his gameplay. For one thing is you can't actually pick up enemies. What you have to do is you have to get close to an enemy and perform some sort of a pimp slap type move, which can risk in you getting hurt. Which, yeah, so, yeah, because you have to get so close to the enemy in order to even perform it. It's crazy. So yeah, you have to perform some sort of a pimp slap type move and stun them that way. Like that. Oh, snap. And stun them that way, you know? It's pretty retarded in my opinion. Yeah, it's pretty retarded in my opinion. I don't like it. You know, here's the thing. If I can just simply pick up objects and throw them at enemies, why can't I pick up the enemies? Why can't I just pick up the enemies without having to do, why can't I just pick up the enemies without having to perform some sort of a pimp slap move, huh? I mean, why can't I do that? I'm pretty sure in a lot of other games, if you played as a character who had psychokinetic powers, you could do something like that, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of missed opportunities with Silver. And as you saw there, I had to hit a switch in order to make those objects appear and form a pathway for me to go through. Now, here's the thing. One thing that I should be able to do, that Silver should be able to do in this game, is find some object somewhere and create a pathway, you know, yourself. Create a pathway yourself. That is something that can add creativity. What that is called creativity. And there's a lot of creative stuff that Sega could have done with Silver, you know? There's a lot of creative stuff that Sega could have done with Silver. And one thing that you can do, actually, is that you can catch enemies' projectile attacks with your mind and throw them right back at them. Like if robots are shooting missiles at you, you can catch them with your psychokinetic powers and throw them right back at them. Sort of like Neo from Matrix, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But there's also a flaw in throwing things with Silver. If you have multiple objects in your grasp, then there is a way that you can mess that up. If you have multiple objects in your grasp, and even if you're throwing one object at a time, some objects can bounce off of each other and you can end up missing what you're trying to hit. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. It's not cool. And as you saw in that last cutscene, where we saw Blaze, and Blaze is actually following us in this game. Yeah, Blaze is back, and guess what? In this next section, I'm gonna have to explain her, because why? We're gonna play as her. Now, a lot of people may have been surprised that, oh my goodness, Blaze is back. Yeah, I was kind of surprised too. But here's the thing: in Sonic Rush, as we know, she's from another dimension. In this game, she's from the future with Silver. So, yeah. Alright, so let me tell you something. This game is not canon, so yes, Blaze is actually from another dimension. So, yes. Blaze is one of my favorite Sonic characters. I do like Blaze. Blaze was great in Sonic Rush, and she's great in this game. Like, literally, she's just as good as Sonic. A lot of people say she's better than Sonic. Seriously, I can't tell you how many reviews I have seen of this game, and how many people say that Blaze is better than Sonic in this game. It's crazy. I actually think Blaze is just as good as Sonic. I don't think Blaze is better than Sonic. I think Blaze is just as good as Sonic. She has the speed. She has her own homing attack, which I think is pretty cool. But I don't like it that much. I think her homing attack is definitely better than Sonic's. It is. It's definitely better than Sonic's homing attack in this game. Just a little bit. You know, you can kill enemies. Well, you can kill enemies quicker with it, but if you don't use this homing attack right, it can be pretty unstable. See, Sonic's homing attack is more stable, but Blaze's homing attack is pretty unstable. I'm not going to say her homing attack is better than Sonic's, but it is pretty unstable. It is less stable than Sonic is. Than Sonic's homing attack is. She also has this attack where she turns into this big fire tornado. You do that by holding the X button, and you can like literally just destroy enemies that way. And it's a pretty good attack. It can be pretty useful, but I don't use it that much because it's very easy to get yourself hurt. Because when the tornado attack wears off, Blaze just stops doing it. Like, she just stops. And she can also just stop right when you're running into an enemy. So it's a very high risk in you getting hurt. I don't recommend you doing that attack that much. Blaze also has a double jump, and it is a really good double jump. Blaze is like pretty much the only good amigo in this game. Her and another character we're going to be coming across in Shadow Story, actually. Oh, snap. You get it. So yeah, her and another character that we're actually going to be coming across in Shadow Story later on. But she is one of the only good amigos in this game. Like, it's crazy. So that pipe falls down and destroys those guys. And alright, so over here is a wall. Be careful about this fire tornado, because it's carrying a car. Yeah, that tornado's carrying a car. Yeah. Oh, come on now. Come on. Okay, wall's destroyed. Okay, we're almost done with this. Yes, we are. Crisis City, Silver's Crisis City isn't better than Sonic's, but it's not bad either. It's a good opening level for Silver's story. And we got an S rank. Hey, we got an S rank. Hey, let go. Let go. Oh, yes. Alright, so, yep, Silver is a character. Really good. I think Silver's one of my favorite Sonic characters. Blaze is one of my favorites, too. So, yeah. Let's do this thing. It's cutscene time.
Come on, you monster!
Alright, so we have a boss fight. And his name is Iblis. Iblis. Yeah. This is basically the main character that Silver is going to be fighting throughout his whole story.
Today, it will be finished.
Alright, so this is the really boring boss fight. Oh, this boss fight it's not, well, okay, I don't know if it's boring, but it can be. It can be really boring. So you have to hit his armored head with objects. You can also hit him with objects that he throws at you, and you know, Iblis has a lot of other attacks like throwing buildings and stuff. He throws buildings at you. He shoots lava rocks at you. He does, you know, all kind of different attacks, because he's basically a fiery version of Godzilla. This boss fight is not hard, trust me. This boss fight is not hard. Oh, this boss fight is easy. This boss fight is easy. He hasn't thrown a building at me yet. Now, the reason this boss fight can be boring is that gonna hit him? That didn't hit him. No, that didn't work. Alright, so the reason this boss fight can be boring is because you can run out of things to throw at him. You can. And what you're going to have to do is that you're going to have to wait for him to either throw a building or do one of those lava rock attacks again. And he's almost dead already. Don't let your guard down, Silver. Don't let your guard down. Alright, so when he does that pose, that means he's going to do this attack. So just avoid that. This boss fight is not hard. It's boring. It can be boring. It can be boring when you don't have anything to throw at him. Like, I'm pretty sure I don't now. So I have to wait for him to do some sort of attack to provide me with objects to throw at him. And he's going to hit me with a giant sponge or a giant building. For some reason, sometimes when he throws buildings at you, they are yellow, so yep, that's done. Yeah, okay, Iblis. Yeah, Iblis's first form is It's an easy boss fight. It's not it can be boring if you don't have anything to throw at him. So yeah, just throw things at his head. Throw stuff at his head, and you'll be fine. Iblis would be absolutely horrible with dodgeball. Or in this case, dodge rock. Yeah, okay, no.
Perfect.
And another S rank. Alright, so we have a cutscene here in which we come across a new character. That's right, a new character who has the potential. Now, I say potential. This guy has the potential to be the best Sonic villain of all time. Even better than Metal Sonic. He has the potential, but just watch. By the way, Silver's stupid in this cutscene.
Looks like we stopped it for now.
But it'll just rise up from its ashes again. What's the point of all this? It'll never end.
Calm down, Silver.
Then tell me what we should do. How can we completely destroy Iblis?
By knowing the truth, of course. Just as a flower comes from a seed, or a chicken comes from an egg, everything has an origin. You need to find the being originally responsible for this catastrophe.
Is that really the answer to our problem? Tell me, do you know who it is?
Now, Mephiles is a creepy guy. His theme song is also creepy.
To fix this present timeline, you need to change the past.
But that's impossible!
With my help, you can. Because I have the power to travel through time.
No way!
In order to change the past, you must eliminate the individual who has awakened Iblis, the Iblis trigger.
If I eliminate that guy, will our world be saved?
The day of disaster. Here are my records of this event. This was when Iblis was freed, and his flames were released into the world. And you have this person to blame.
I see it! So that blue hedgehog's the Iblis trigger?
Blue Hedgehog.
I'll send us back in time to the point when the Iblis trigger was alive.
Where am I? Blaze? Blaze! I guess we all got separated. This is so unbelievable. Now, I must fight for the future.
Alright, so, yep, Silver said it was unbelievable. Yep. This whole world really is unbelievable. Unbelievably bad. So now we're gonna actually see this hub world in full effect. Oh, it's the worst hub world oh, let me tell you something. This is the worst hub world, not just in this game.
Iblis Trigger, where is he? First, I need to gather information.
So this is the worst hub world, not just in this game, but probably in any video game that I've ever played. I'm not saying it's the worst hub world ever, but this is the worst hub world in any video game I've ever played. First of all, it's a green void. It's a green void. This hub world, I probably went over this hub world already in Sonic Story. But I don't know. But I just know that this hub world is absolutely horrible, especially with Silver, because look how slow he runs. This is the top speed in this game. I'm not lying. This is the top speed. It is so easy for you to get lost in this hub world. But that guy we just saw there, his name is Mephiles. Shadow recolor. Yeah. We'll find out later on. But in Shadow Story. But Mephiles has the potential to be the best Sonic villain. You can see in this game clearly he has the potential to be a really, really good villain, but it just blows. It just blows for him. So I'm gonna end it on this part. On the next part, our next level is actually one of the worst levels in this entire game. I hate this level so much, but we're gonna do it on the next part. So this has been Silver Sonic 234, and I will see you guys on the next part.